Yeah, it's one of those late nights. Probably shouldn't be making a video, but I never stop learning. I don't want to stop learning. I didn't have much when I was a kid. I never had much. Landlords have taken my parents away, video games, taken my dad away. There's three major changes in my life: 16, 30, and 35 when I had a change. Some for the good and some for the bad. I lost hope and the police. The second time I had to change my life. I wrecked my car, crashed my truck that my dad bought me after he died, and bought a lawyer and it failed me. Uh, I think about how much money I spent on probation and what I've learned from that is getting arrested costs a lot of money, but it don't change the addiction of losing. That's the addiction. You love to lose. And I ah get out of here. Sorry about that, guys. It was a rack. It was actually a possum. That's a good move. Addiction is a uh, tough thing to beat. And if you beat it before, you know what I mean. You know, it's all in your head, but it's the thought of losing. It's a slow slide, as Anthony Kiedis would say. It's the slide down. You know, and with my addiction is, I think I moved too slow in life. I don't know enough in life. I feel like I live in a bubble, which I do. Hardly being acknowledged by our anybody that has money is scared of me, and I think money would be useless to an addiction uh, type of individual. Been you know scammed maybe in some way, saying you want $800,000, you want $30,000 and a Tesla. What they do to Mr. Musk, Elon, is a tragedy. It's horrible when they take your name and use it for all kinds of scams. And if they was gonna give me $30,000 and it was really, you know, I would have gave it to my mom because I don't need that much money. I'm not afraid of that type of money, but I would assume helping somebody else out with it, with their problems, because that's how I've kind of been my entire life. I get a kick off helping people and being a secret agent about uh, you know, walking with my head held higher and believing in something that no other people really believe in because they're too busy or they can't because they've, you know, made their life impossible to actually do something different with it because they stuck themselves in a box. And my life's not a box. I'm a free agent. I can go anywhere I want to, start over anytime I want to. But I believe starting over, you could do that anywhere. You can do it in your hometown. And there's something about how these action uh, heroes like Batman, and maybe Batman, he never did leave Gotham, and Superman never did uh, leave his city neither. And makes more sense to find out the reasons why these people don't like you in your own city. And it's over money. People feel entitled to treat you some kind of way because they got their paycheck that month and their bills are paid, and they can go around, waving their reduced sentence for the next month in your face and treating you less than human because they got money, or they ignore you and uh, not even acknowledge you because they have money and feel like they have something better to do with their lives. Until it really hurts you as an individual, then you actually see, what pain is. People don't know what pain is. People think homeless people don't uh, have pain, or they're afraid of the pain of homeless people, or afraid of educating themselves because they might be smarter than the next person, or they might not have the life that they did before. Like, entertainment is supposed to be the same all the time for them because that's the only thing they get their rocks off with. It's like a sex addict that always has to, you know, fulfill this pleasure in his head to, feel better about himself. Things like that need to be corrected.